Going on, guys? Back at it again. I've been doing a lot of work on the car, off camera. Just a little tinkering around, seeing what's gonna fit where, what's gonna, you know what I mean. I did finish one of the Lexan windows is finished. I'm gonna do a video on how to do the other one. Once I get a chance to push the car out and spin it around, because obviously there's not too much space to work with the car being where it is. Also, this is what we're working with right now. I'm trying to get everything mapped out to where I want it to be at. The up pipe we just made is a 3-inch, and then there's a reducer here. Don't mind the wells. They don't need to be perfect. They don't leak. That's all that matters. And I went a different route with the intercooler piping, and I'm also going a different route with the oil catch can. I'm going to sell this valve cover, and I have another valve cover, and I'm going to have the AN fittings welded in the back. It's baffled anyway, so it's better for it to be in the back, and then straight to there. Seeing as though that the up pipe kind of directly is in the way, so we can't run the oil catch can that way anymore. Also, what I have done is I have flipped the intercooler upside down, so the inlets are now on the top instead of down at the bottom. And as you can see, that's how, I mean, we have like literally like 2 inches or 3 inches to make up for coming off of the intercooler straight to the turbo, which is amazing. And I should have plenty of room for the alternator down there also, which we'll figure that out when the time comes. And then instead of running it down into this hole here and bringing it out and around, which was what I was originally going to do, I just put a 90 here, straight. As you see, it's straight right there. And from there, you could literally see I get a 90 on here, straight into that pipe. Boom. Intercooler piping is finished. Now, with the radiator, where it's sitting now will work, and it wouldn't cause any issues. It'll work just fine. As you can see, rad hose is on. Rad hose is on. It's not directly touching the up pipe, which this is going to be wrapped anyway. So I might stick with this radiator because it's different. It's bigger in size opposed to switching to the Mini Cooper radiator, which the Mini Cooper radiator is like literally, let's say we'll cut it about right here, and that's about the size of the Mini Cooper radiator. But the issue with the Mini Cooper radiator is the inlet and the outlet is a lot smaller. So, with that being said, that's not an issue. I can get a rad hose to fit that inlet and the outlet on the radiator itself, but they're not going to match the inlets or the outlets, whatever you want to call them, inlet and outlet on the H22 motor. So, we don't know yet. We don't know what we're going to do yet. I'm still tossing around a bunch of ideas on what exactly I want to do. Right down there is where the wastegate is supposed to be. I have to clock the turbo again because, as you can see, it's coming up like diagonal. I need this this oil feed line to come up kind of straight wise so I can get the return line on. What else? I have to get a new feed line. When they sent me this turbo kit, you could see that they focus. That when they sent it, they kind of like they wrapped it up and put zip ties on it, and when they shoved it in the box, it kinked it. That's been like that ever since I got it, and I wasn't worried about it because I kind of considered that as long as it didn't leak, it was a restrictor. Even though this is already restricted, I wasn't too worried about it. But where the turbo sits now, I need it to be a 90. And I'm going to bring it around this way, and I'm going to bring it, you know, back this way instead of over the distributor and all that. What else? What else do we need to do? I need to cut these two brake lines here. I can't get them off. They're pretty round, so I'm just gonna cut them and then put a socket on them with the impact. And it's this brake line right here and that brake line down there, and put on the fittings to run the stainless steel brake lines off of the Willwood Master. I have to do that. I did bolt up the traction bar. Bolted that up basically just so I can get an idea of where everything's going to be at, where everything's going to sit and all that. So with that being said, I could probably unbolt that. I still have the radius arms over here that are not in yet. I'm going to wait for that. I have to put in the underdrive pulley, which is still not in yet. A fuel pump, which is still not in the car yet. There's a good bit left to do, guys. I mean, we're making progress, but there's still a lot to be done. And like I said in the previous video, this isn't your everyday swap. This isn't something everybody's doing. So this is going to be one of those things where there's a lot of people that have done it, but not, they've done it with a different manifold, or, a smaller turbo or bigger turbo, or, plateless or plated. And a lot of people don't realize that a plated kit compared to a plateless kit sits 100% different. It sits 100% different. So plated kits, I like the idea of the plated kit. I love the idea of the plated kit. It just feels more official to me. I don't like having a bunch of brackets and a bunch of bolts, and you got to do all this crazy bullshit. I like the idea of the plate just to bolt the trans to. With the plated kit, obviously, it is pretty thick. I don't know if we can. There's not much room. But you can see right here. Here's the plate right here, and it's pretty thick. So obviously, it's going to push your motor over this way. So you're going to have a lot less clearance on this side of the motor. For one, two, I'm not sure, but from what I've been told and from what I've seen, the motor sits a lot higher with the plated kit. So, I mean, it is what it is. So basically, what I'm mainly focusing on for right now, I have to weld a bung in somewhere about right here for the, Jesus, I can't even think. For the wideband, I got to do that. I got to finish the intercooler piping, which I just need a 90 for that. Little piece over here. Might have to do some pie cuts and stuff like that, and have somebody weld that in. But I mean, other than that, I'm waiting for income tax like every other human being in the world. Once that comes in, then I can get the engine harness, and a few other things that I need to get for the car. And then we can really get rolling. The engine harness is the main thing. You know what I mean? If I put the fuel pump in, and the engine harness and all that, I can run the car. You know what I mean? The car I could start it. It would run. All this other stuff is, charge pipe and all that stuff. It doesn't need to be connected for it to run, obviously. So I just wanted to give an update because it's been a week or 2 weeks or something like that since my last video. As you can tell by my voice, I'm still getting over being sick again. I get sick a lot during the winter because I come out here in the garage and just like a hoodie or whatever, so I get sick a lot. So when I did come out here and I just kind of threw all this stuff in here, it wasn't like I wasn't out here for hours, and I wasn't out here doing a bunch of things that would I don't know. It wasn't like I was out here just ran out of memory or whatever. I wasn't out here for hours doing a bunch of stuff that I could have made a huge video on. This was just me just throwing everything in here, seeing what I have to work with, and seeing what I can do, what I could get away with, and what I can't get away with. Kind of glad that I went with an up pipe, just because there's not much with the, obviously with the traction bar and everything there just wasn't too much room. The car is going to be obviously in the garage, so that doesn't really matter. But I think the next video will be the Lexan quarter glass, or I don't know. Maybe I'll surprise you with a video. I have no idea what I have planned for the next video. I just want to get a video out there because it's been 2 weeks, and I haven't put anything out. So I know people are wondering, guessing if I'm doing anything or whatever. I've just been sick lately, and those of you that know that being sick sucks, and you don't really want to do anything, especially not out in the cold. So yeah, man. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. You got any questions about the swap, or anything I've done as of so far, throw it down in the comments. Make sure to interact, guys. I'm thinking about doing some giveaways here soon, and basically the people who are going to be entered in these giveaways are the people that interact, comment, like, share, all that. I'll be keeping an eye on all that. So like I said, like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.